How do we go from this to this to this? Now, Smokey and the Bandit is probably my favorite movie of all time. It has been since I was a kid, and the only thing that even comes close to that is probably Varsity Blues, but that's a story for another time. Now, the first Smokey and the Bandit movie was really, really good. I think we can all agree on that, and it got worse and worse as the series went on. Smokey and the Bandit was released in 1977. It was known as kind of a sleeper hit, which means nobody thought it was really going to be a hit. Then it became the second highest grossing movie of 1977, only behind Star Wars. Now, anybody that's seen this movie knows that they hauled 400 cases of beer from Texas back to Georgia. And it became one of the most iconic movies of all time. I mean, when you think of the Bandit, you think of Burt Reynolds. And Jackie Gleason as Buford T. Justice gave us one of the most iconic characters of all time and a lot of quotable lines, too. Now, Smokey and the Bandit 2 came out in 1980. And let's just be honest, it was not as good as the first one, even though it was still pretty good. But it wasn't nowhere near as good as the first one. How do you go from hauling 400 cases of beer to hauling an elephant? And the film has a lot more notable co-stars too, like Dom DeLuise and Terry Bradshaw, Mel Tillis, Don Williams. The Statler brothers made an appearance in old Mean Joe Green. Now in this movie, instead of hauling 400 cases of the best beer on the planet, they were hauling an elephant. Never quite understood or how it went from that to that. Now I understand them trying to make the movie different, because let's be honest, there was no topping the first one. So I understand trying to make it a lot different. Actually, I think my biggest complaint with this movie was actually just the fact that the Bandit character was kind of a dick in this movie. And that's about all I can say about it. He wasn't the likable character that he was in the first one. I think we can all, there at the end, he kind of came around, but he was kind of a douchebag. That's about all I can say about it. He just wasn't the likable guy that he was in the first one. Like I said, I get trying to make it different, but that's my biggest complaint right there. But we did get to see the world's biggest game of chicken. That was worth watching right there. And we did get to see Jackie Gleason as Gaylord and Reggie. That was hilarious. Now, last but certainly not least, let's talk about this train wreck. Now, this movie didn't have none of the components of the first two. The director, Hal Needham, who was the man behind Smokey and the Bandit, did not direct it, write it, or have anything to do with it. He didn't want nothing to do with it. The Bandit only made an appearance at the end, having a small cameo. Sally Field wasn't even in it. It was basically just a standalone movie for Jackie Gleason and Buford T. Justice. That's all the third movie was, in my opinion. And instead of hauling 400 cases of beer or hauling even an elephant, they hauled a plastic shark on the top of his car. Can't even believe I'm saying that. Now, I've been pretty negative about this movie. I'm going to throw in a positive. It's hilarious. I ain't going to lie to you. It's a funny movie. If you just look at it as its own movie, it's pretty freaking funny. Just Jackie Gleason jumping through the American sign in the beginning and him getting caught in the balls with a fish hook is just worth watching, just right there. Now, like I said, I do watch this movie quite a bit, and I do like it, but it's not, compared to the first one, it's not even close. Like I said, you got to look at it as its own movie. Now, originally in the beginning, apparently this movie was supposed to have Jackie Gleason playing the Bandit and playing Buford T. Justice. How that was going to work, I don't know, but apparently test audience hated it. And they called Jerry Reed in to come in and fill his scenes after. Apparently the test footage still exists, and I'd kind of like to see it just to see how bad it is. So in conclusion, like I said, Smokey and the Bandit #1 is probably my all-time favorite movie. It's a great movie, and it's an iconic movie. But the series did get worse and worse the longer it went. Let me know what you think in the comments. Over and out.